the infamous story about Katt Williams getting his brakes beat off by a 13-year-old takes place almost a decade ago, when Katt pulled up dolo to a random park in the hood to play a game of kickball. Now, oddly enough, he was the only adult at the whole park. The rest of the people were kids. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just a bit strange. But I digress. Also, keep in mind that this isn't the Katt Williams that we all know and love today. This was back when Katt was getting crucified by the media, getting called crazy, and he was getting arrested every other week. So this was a younger, more turned up version of Katt. So you honestly can't even compare it to today. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. There was a 13-year-old that was mean mugging Katt the moment he stepped on the field, and made sure to lock eyes with Katt to create a sense of danger, because the kid was fearless. He watched Katt with conviction everywhere he went. Once the game got started, Katt immediately began to flaunt his athleticism. It was funny how, even though he was almost 3 times their age, he still looked like one of the kids out there. The only difference is he could jump higher, run faster, and kick a lot harder than the actual kids on the playground. A few minutes into the game, Katt was doing his thing. You could tell he played a lot of kickball growing up, and his team was obviously winning. The 13-year-old was on the opposing team, and he didn't like this at all. He didn't appreciate how this random grown man just casually includes himself into a game that he was dominating before, and he was pissed off. Unfortunately, Katt's return to his childhood days would get cut short that day. The moment Katt took a breather and stepped away from the game to try and catch his breath, the 13-year-old rose up, and he saw this as a time to get rid of the unwanted visitor. So he approached Katt with a group of his buddies and cornered him right behind the monkey bars. Katt looked up and was all startled by all these angry teens. Except Katt wasn't afraid, even though they were all towering over him. "Is there a problem?" Katt asked. "Nah, OG. I just want to talk to you," said the 13-year-old. "Well, go ahead," said Katt. "OG, I'm gonna have to ask you to get out of here, 'cause you too old to be playing with us. Get lost. We don't need you." And then Katt started to frown, and his veins popped out of his head. And Katt said, "Well, y'all know what to do with me then." The 13-year-old looked puzzled, and he just shook his head. That's when Katt said, "You got two options. You can get the F out my face or get punched in your face." And then Katt swung. Luckily, he didn't connect. But that kid was ready. And he countered Katt by grabbing his collar, and he slammed him to the ground. The kids went wild at that part as Katt was getting tossed around like a little rag doll in the dirt. Then the kid put Katt in a headlock with the hopes of cutting off his pimp air supply. 'Cause a pimp can't do nothing if a pimp can't even breathe. And then Katt spat on him and said, "You stupid. You better let me go." "What?" I said, "You better let me go. Right now." And the kid's mom heard the commotion, and she rushed over, screaming, "Get off of him, sir. Get off of him." Katt said to her, "Ma'am, tell me this fool ain't your son, or else." The mother intervened and pulled her son off of Katt, and she said to him, "Go back to the house. You ain't gotta fight no more. It's over." And Katt jumped up like he did something and said, "That's right. It is over. 'Cause I'm done. And I got enough to deal with." And just like that, the battle was over. But to this day, we can only wonder what possessed Katt to even go to that park in the first place. I mean, why was he even there? I guess we will never know.